Attorneys for a 21-year-old man say he was repeatedly raped by inmates and a detention center guard at a facility in South Carolina. Take a look. We're told that this happened at the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center. The 21-year-old, we're told, was awaiting trial. The man was facing a drug charge when, beginning on August 26, he says he was sexually assaulted on at least 2 different occasions by 4 different perpetrators. The Richland County Sheriff's Department did not provide a response to the allegations since they say they do not comment on pending litigation. The Strom law firm is representing the man and multiple other clients in cases involving reports of abuse and neglect at the jail. They say in their statement, one sexual assault is too many. One time is unacceptable. This man was subjected to multiple assaults by multiple perpetrators, including an Alvin S. Glenn detention officer. Attorney Bakari Sellers and his colleagues sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Justice in February requesting a federal investigation into issues at the detention center. In it, they called the conditions like a war zone and hell on earth.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Bamm Bamm Raw TV. On Bamm Bamm, aka the 411 Giant. Hey, hit the like button. I need y'all to subscribe and hit that bell icon. On this episode, we're going to talk about prison rape. And this to piggyback on my last video on this prison rape thing. I've been seeing it and hearing about it on all these YouTubes and all these different things. Dudes are saying they raping, dudes saying they got raped, and dudes saying they the one raped, and dudes saying they the one got raped. And I followed something. I know for a fact. Number one, I know for a fact that some of the people I know personally, some of the people who got up and made this statement that they had been raped was deliberately lying. They was lying to the people. They was lying whether it was for sympathy or whether it's for likes or whatever. They was lying for the people. They was lying in front of the people, and they was lying. And I tried to stay out of it and going on. But since I've touched on that issue, because it's discredit to men to say that we would sit around and let somebody get raped like that and not do a thing like that for it. That's not the way it works. I've been doing time since reform school, from the state journey to the federal penitentiary. It just don't work like that. And my sympathy for the people who have it do happens. My sympathy for the people who it has happened to and going on. That's why I don't like the fact that people are playing with that. Somebody is playing with something as serious as that just for monetary gain or for expose you or whatever. But you playing with something that do happen. And if it happened one time, that's too many. I don't agree with it happening no time. And I stood up for it when it did happen around me, even though it didn't. So it didn't actually occur, but just the idea that a dude tried it made me punish him. And a lot of other men feel that same way. So I'm telling you, I hear people talking about it. I know for a fact these individuals, and I got people who can verify it, that these individuals are lying. They're lying for the sympathy of the people. They're taking and making a game out of prison rape. And that ain't cool. Any kind of violation, whether it's a woman, man, or anybody, any type of rape is a violation. It's something that should be taken serious. Nothing should be exploited or played with on the YouTube or television or whatever. Now, the situation I'm talking about is I have known it to happen. Most of the rapes that occur in jail is usually when you in a cell one-on-one with somebody. If they put a weaker guy in there one-on-one and everything like that, and even then he still got action. He can beat on that door. He can beat on that door till the police come. Make the police get him out there. He can beat on the door, the police come. He could holler at other dudes and going on. If the dude holding him down, he can't. Other dudes hear that. All he got to do is holler and say, "Man, he raping me." People gonna kick on that door. Men's, the most solid men's in the world, all the men's that they don't give a shit about that getting the police down. They gonna get them police down there. If a dude is said he being raped in that cell, they gonna kick and gonna get mad if the police don't get down there quick enough. They don't cut for that there. Now, if a dude put the chokehold on a dude and put him to sleep, you're gonna have to incapacitate an individual who don't want that to happen to him. Who do not, ain't no way you gonna pat nobody and slap nobody or show your muscles and then they just bend over and let you do that to them. That don't happen like that there. If that man do not do that, it's gonna take more than that. He gonna have to be unconscious. He's gonna basically have to be unconscious. I don't care how, and no matter how little you is, I'm one of the smallest dudes at every penitentiary I go to. I'm at the so ain't nobody never target me. So it ain't your size. I don't care how small you is or whatever. You can wiggle, you can do something, you can swing, you can fight, you can do whatever. You can make it impossible for that to happen to you. Unless a dude to knock you cold unconscious or somebody choking you, then now somebody choke you unconscious. Yeah, so a lot of games being played with this. It didn't happen. They had a dude, as a matter of fact, his name was Ghostface. He was he did it to a guy in the spook, in the special management unit. And the police, they know what the dude doing. They put him in there, put a little guy in there with him. He did the little guy, the guy, and going on, choked the dude unconscious and did it. But the little guy wasn't big as a fella, but yet he still had to choke this little guy unconscious. And Ghostface right now can't go around nobody. He basically doing his time. When I left, he was doing his time on protected custody because they put him on a yard. Somebody gonna punish him. If they let him out and put him in a red cage with any else, we was gonna punish him. You know what I'm saying? So it don't happen like that. Like I said, I've been doing time for reform schooling going on. Most of these situations like that, a guy will come in like a situation that I know for a fact. I warned this guy several times about fooling this guy. But they come here and they'll get in there, they accept things from these individuals. They accept these. Once you tell him, a dude, that's a booty bandit, man. Leave the dude alone. Stay away from the dude. The dude is trying to figure you out, man. Leave. And this dude steady going over here, dancing, jumping around in this guy's face. Guy told me how good he can dance, but all the time the guy watching his butt. And you can tell them this all through the state, all through the state. And the dudes, they get to giving them stuff. Getting them stuff. Bring them in. They want you walk around. They got a new radio on. They got this on. The dude instead of getting them stuff, baiting them in. Then they get them up in there. And like, man, well, you broke my radio, man. You said you were gonna get this money, or you didn't do this here, you didn't do this here, man. You got to give me something. You got to woo woo woo. You got to give me something, this and that, blah blah blah. But just do this for me. They'll take them, then they slick leg them. Once they slick leg them, then they realize, oh man, I done slick leg them. Now they slick leg and they waiting back for the reprisal. They're waiting for the reprisal. They're looking for the police to come in and get them and handcuff them and take them to the hole for rape. Now, if a couple of days pass and the police ain't come, or the dude homeboys ain't done come and punish and made him punish the dude and helped him punish the dude, then he know that the dude done kept that a secret. And cause he done kept that a secret, that means he's accomplice. That means he's accomplice now. He's in it with me. So now we playing the game. Get the dude back over there. Get him some weed, maybe some alcohol, maybe whatever. Get him comfortable. And then go ahead on and convince him to let him do it just that one time, and he ain't gonna do it no more, or something similar to that. And then from that point on, then he got him where he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the ways game people playing going on. But what can a dude do, or what can people do when they steady warned you? They warned you not to do this, and you chose that on yourself. Then the next thing you know, you dressed out. But, you know what I'm saying, again, it's most of the situations like that, and I'm sad to say, it's consensual, whether it's through manipulation, it's through, even if you put fear in the person, you got somebody to go to. I don't care if dude ain't your homeboy, you don't care who it is. If a dude here, somebody struggling in the cell with somebody, and they said, Help. He trying to rape me. Every dude, I don't care what part of the world he from, where he coming to that cell door. He finna snatch that cell door open. That's a no pass thing. Ain't no such thing as knocking on it or whatever. The closest man gonna run and snatch that door open and see what's going on. And if he see somebody in there up scuffling or little dude and trying to make a dude do something, we gonna snatch him out there and beat him unconscious. And whoop the police if they get in our way. It's not like that. I mean, it happens. I'm sad to say it's happened. But some of these stories these guys are telling, they lies, and I know this for a fact. I ain't say I know this because of my knowledge of penitentiary. I'm talking about some of these guys saying this. I was down there in penitentiary with them. I know who they was. I know how they was. And now they lying and making, for sympathy. They lying, they manipulating, they playing the victim, and they making other people look bad, and they playing the victim on every situation. And I tell you again, that's not the case. One, I know for sure. I know this for a fact. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But this rape thing that everybody seems to be going viral over and everything like that. It may not be what y'all want to hear. It may not be what y'all want to hear, but it's the truth. It do not happen that often in prison, especially not in an open compound. If they put you put a dude in a lockdown where he's stuck in a cell with a dude, and the police only walking by every hour, especially if police is lazy, don't walk, and a guy choke him out, that's possible. A guy knock him out, that's possible. A guy do this him. But ain't no way that a person who got maneuverability or they awoke and got limbs is gonna lay there and accept somebody to do that to them if that's not what they want. If they don't want no part of it. Ain't no dude can just say, hey, be still. I'm gonna beat you up. It's gonna be a whole lot of beating up in here if I gotta be still for that. So it's not about you ain't gotta be a tough guy, you ain't gotta be none of that thing going on. I'm one of the smallest dudes on the compound. Never been approached like that. I ain't won every fight I had. I done lost fights, but I'ma always be in it. I'ma always be respected. I'ma always be there. You don't have to win every fight to be a gangster, win every fight to be a man. If Mike Tyson can lose, shit, you can lose. But the point is, you're gonna stand your ground. And when you stand your ground, you're gonna be respected. I don't care if you got to have 100 fights in that cell. But ain't no booty bandit want to put that much energy in no situation. You look at the ones who booty bandit, they either faking like they tough or they just, you know what I'm saying? But they want a quick fix. They don't want nothing that's gonna cause them some trouble all the 24/7, where they can't close their eyes in the cell. How you gonna rape or something by some gun, then you close your eyes and go to bed and you ain't dead? They supposed to kill you dead as a doorknob. But again, like I said, my sympathy for the people that it has happened to, and it's like I said again, it's not y'all out in the public. I'm telling you, I've been to reform school, been through state, I've been to feds. I did 28 years in the feds. It don't happen that often. You look at the population of the Fed and you see, and when it happened, it mostly happened in lockdowns. I just couldn't see nobody out of all the penitentiaries I've been to, I couldn't see nobody forcefully raping somebody on the compound. Not around the men that all around from everywhere. I couldn't see it. So again, my apologies. My apologies to anybody who feel offended going on, but you should be offended over the lies that are being told to you. You should be offended by somebody who will stoop that low to play on your sympathy for some life. That's something to think about. And it's Bamm Raw TV. I'm gonna keep it real. And everything I say, I can stand on, and I got people who can bag it up. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you know when my next video come out. All right then. Y'all be safe and take care.
There was nowhere safe, not the library, not your shower, not even your room, your counselor.
A sexual assault survivor of an infamous women's prison in Northern California is sharing her story for the first time. The federal prison in Dublin in Alameda County was known as the Rape Club by corrections employees who abused inmates. The prison's former warden and other staff are now behind bars. As Team 10's Austin Grabish shows us, victims are now being compensated in a historic multi-million-dollar settlement.
I'm broken, trying to fix myself, trying to love myself again.
The pain is still fresh for Denora.
Going to prison, yes, I put myself in there, but I didn't sign up to get abused, threatened.
The mother of 3 is trying to heal.
If you're in my shoes, at that moment, you're nothing. You belong to them. They have your body, your mind.
She's a survivor of the infamous Dublin prison east of San Francisco.
I was molested, forced to do things I didn't want to.
It's ABC 10 News' policy not to name victims of sexual assault without their permission. Denora has asked that we only use her first name in this story. Sexual abuse at the facility was so rampant, staff dubbed it the Rape Club.
There was nowhere safe, not the library, not your shower, not even your room, your counselor.
The lawsuit says the warden took interest in you right away.
So you say a couple of things that you went through, what you did before being there and what you do now. And that's where they get your weakness and everything they can use against you.
Denora, who used to live in San Diego County, says the abuse by corrections staff began shortly after she started serving her 6-year sentence in 2018 for running drugs over the border.
It was an everyday thing. Dancing, stripping, being scared of going to the shower because they're going to come in and look at you naked.
Did any of the female guards ever intervene?
No.
The lawsuit says that one of the guards said, "I know you will be deported. I can find you."
They will say, "We know where you're from, Sinaloa. We got people too." So of course I'm going to be afraid.
At the center of the abuse, Warden Ray Garcia. A recently settled federal lawsuit says he forced Denora to perform oral sex on him and, during his rounds, would make her dance naked. When it wasn't the warden, it was prison guards with sexual demands. The lawsuit says one officer with a vulgar nickname was, quote, notoriously perverted and threatened Denora.
And were you able to speak out at all when you were still inside and this was happening?
No, scared of retaliation. You couldn't say anything. Imagine getting threatened every day. You want to see your kids? You want your phone calls? You want your visits? Or you want to go to the shoe?
And get this, Garcia wasn't just the head honcho at the prison, he was also in charge of enforcing a federal law at Dublin meant to deter sexual abuse of inmates.
He, the person in charge with preventing rape in prison, was one of the prime culprits perpetuating the rape in prison.
San Diego civil rights attorney Jean Iredale represented Denora in the lawsuit against the Bureau of Prisons.
This case was historic in the sense that there has never been a case involving the exposure of such widespread, long-lasting, and frequent abuse in a prison institution.
I get the sense from reading the court documents that these men thought they were untouchable.
They did think they were untouchable.
The abuse was so rampant, the FBI raided the prison last year. Garcia, the prison's chaplain, and multiple guards have since been convicted of sexually abusing inmates. The federal government recently agreed to pay nearly $116 million to settle lawsuits from over 100 victims, including 3 women in San Diego. Denora is getting $1.4 million.
That's not justice for me. Not the amount of what we're getting will ever change what they did to me. I have that scar and I'm gonna keep it for the rest of my life.
Back in Northern California, where the abuse happened, the Dublin prison is now closed. But the memories of the terror inside will live on. Austin Grabish, Team 10.